Hello, fellow YouTubers. Jollibee here, and today I bring you guys another Life is Feudal tutorial. After my first video, I got a couple of people asking me for how to get out of first person and basic interface stuff. So today I'm going to be showing you guys some basic interface that you need to know to play the game. So right now, for you, probably when you spawn in, you're going to be in first person and you're going to have this cursor right here. You're able to move forward and back, straight, left and right, but for some odd reason you can't rotate your camera now because you have your cursor out. Now to go on free look mode, all you have to do is press tab and now you're able to free look. Now to get out of first person, all you have to do is press C and now you'll be at third person. You can press C again and go back and cycle between these two views. Now if you are in third person and you want to look freely behind you while you're running, is all you have to do is hold V and you can rotate your camera 180 and you can see if someone is following you, or if you're being chased, you can see who is chasing you around. So that's basic stuff for you that you need to know. Also, if you want to see a little grid tile right here in front of you where you're pointing your cursor, all you have to do is hold right click. So that way it makes targeting a specific tile easier. Very useful when you are terraforming. So for me, I'm holding right click right now, so then it'll select the nearest tile near that. Although you can only view tiles like this, the true north and true west and true south and east. You can't do any diagonal. As you can see, I can't see this diagonal tile. You can only do front, back, side and side. And then once you let go on a specific tile, and then a drop down menu of course will pop up and you can go from there. Now to get your inventory out, all you have to do is press I. To get your equipment out, press T. And then if you just want to go back to exploring in free look mode, if you press tab, it'll make them all go away. But if you press tab again, then your inventory and your character slot will also still be there when you press tab. Now pressing L will bring out your crafting skills and combat skills and minor skills, and you can go from there. Depending on the server you're on, the maximum limit can be different. On my server that I'm playing on, it's about 1600. On average, this is about 1300, maybe 1400, and the lowest I've seen is about 1000, I think. This goes for a different point system during your combat skills. So combat skills and crafting skills are in a different area, thus they got their own separate points. Minor skills are just not really important stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is they will go up naturally. Climbing, it has not been implemented yet, and there is no falling damage in this game, so you can fall off at high places and your character will not get hurt. So keep that in mind, that as of right now there is no falling damage, so it's very useful from getting away if you're in a tight situation. Also, water is a safe spot if you are being chased by a random enemy or a random player or a wild animal like a bear or a wolf. When you're deep enough in the water, players will not be able to swing their weapon as they will be stuck in swimming. And aside from that, all you can do is swim. You can't do any combat actions at all. Do keep in mind that players from the shore can still shoot arrows or any ranged weapons they have in their equipment. But all you have to do to avoid those is go deep enough in the water and dive down. From my observation, you can hold your breath for a really long time. And if they can't see you, they can't really target you. Now if you press P, it will bring up your person window or your character window, and you can see all your attribute points that you have gained. And then you can see your hard points and your soft points and your hard stam and your soft stam. Your hard points is your health points, which is seen as by the red color, and your soft hit points is your secondary hit points. This is used if you are being hit by a blunt weapon. You will take a major soft hit points hit, and once your soft hit points reach 0, your character will be knocked out but won't be killed. Your character will only die once it reaches 0 hit points, which is your hard hit points. Now for your hard stamina is this yellow bar right here, and your soft stamina. Your soft stamina is the green number that's slowly decreasing as I sprint, and hard stamina is the yellow number that doesn't go down. But the more you use up your soft stamina, then your hard stamina will go down. Hard stamina will go back, increase slowly over time, and you may run out of it if you are doing lots of digging work like where I'm doing in my area. Now you're gonna be, if you were wondering, there are green arrows, red arrows in the lock, and a lock on each screen that you'll see in your crafting skills and combat skills, and also in your person where all your attribute points are. If you do an action, you'll see on your system window of what skills you earned. Since you have a limited amount of points, you can only master certain things, and you may have to forgo some things also. So if you don't want to raise your mining, like for me, I have mining set lock, which means that it will no longer increase or decrease points away from it, so it's stuck at 60. The green arrow means that you want that skill to keep increasing up to the maximum of 100. And the red arrow, like right here, mentoring, it will, let's say you have you want your piety or piety to go down, so then you just want to make sure that it's in the red arrow, and once you reach your maximum points of 1600, then it will slowly start deducting points from here so that you can allocate points from other green arrows. Very useful, especially when you're trying to manage certain skills, or you want to forget a certain skill so that you can learn a new skill. But as of right now, I haven't reached it yet, so any red arrow will not be affected till I get 1600 points. This also same for your combat skills, and also the same for your character's attribute points. So on this server, I have a stat cap of 150, so I have 150 points maximum that I can distribute between strength, agility, constitution, willpower, intellect. As of right now, I'm trying to I don't want to lower my willpower past 20, I think, so I'm gonna lock that. But I want to sacrifice some constitution so I can raise my agility and strength. Right now I'm going for 70 strength and 40 40 agility. So that should cover up attribute points and skill points. What else? Speed is determined by how amount of heavy equipment you have. So if I unequip all my gear, I have a base speed of 101, I think. 103. Now I have starting out, I think your base would be at 100, but since I have some points in agility, my speed is at 103. And there is a weight limit, and that the weight limit on your equipment slot is determined by your strength right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just equip my shovel back, and that, and the stone, and you will see that my speed has dropped down to 99 and my weight has increased by 9. Speed determines your maximum running speed, so very useful if you are being chased by an armored opponent. Make sure that you have a lighter equipment so that you can outrun them. And you may have noticed that I have these action bars right here that I have in opaque, and then you can also move around your bars right here throughout your window, which is your UI, by pressing F10. By F10 it will pop up. I'm gonna just make this opacity to 100% so you can see it. And I had this hot bars right here. Now you start out, you can only have one bar, and then you have a 1 and 2 together. All you have to do is with F10 is grab that 2, drag it out, and now you have 2 hot bars. And then if you press the wrench icon right here, you can set up how it's set up. You can do a 10 by 1, which is just 10 lines horizontally, or a 5 by 2. 2 rows of 5 lines horizontally, or for what I like is a 2 by 5, which is 5 rows 2 columns, which I have right now. And I like to set my opacity pretty low so that I can see behind it, and so I don't miss any characters or details in the background. You can also adjust your health on how big it is and your alignment. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. Also, if you bust out your, I don't know, your character window, you're gonna see your hunger bar, and also you get your food quality multiplier. Now you want this number high, especially when you are trying to grind your crafting skills up, as it will multiply. So if your food quality multiplier is at 1.5, and then sort of the standard increase tick, you're gonna get 1.5 times more, or yeah, 50% more. So if you have this at 2, then you get double the points per increase. And if you can, I think I've got it as high as 4. Very handy if you want to get your grinding done quickly and reaching the max. Food quality multiplier will go down if you let your hunger level get low enough. Alignment is very important for PvP. The higher your alignment is, the less skill points you lose per death. But also, if you attack someone openly, your alignment will drop, and will even drop significantly more if you kill them. Although if you just knock out a player, you'll still get an alignment, a negative alignment, but not as much as killing them. So if you are heavy into PvP, make sure you have an alignment, because once you reach negative 40 alignment, you can never get it back up. And then if you die with a negative 40 or lower, then more than negative 40, then your character will lose a significant amount of its crafting skills and attribute points. So keep that in mind. This is to balance out any people that kills on sight. As you start out, you're gonna have one. When you want to go into combat, all you're gonna do is press R. Now to equip the weapon, to equip the weapon in your hands, you're gonna press the number on the part where you put it. So in your character, these two slots right here are your back, and these bottom slots here are your hip. Now only two-handed weapons can only be put in your back, and single-handed, one-handed weapon can either be put in your back or your hip. So as right now, the shovel is a two-handed weapon, and I have it on my my left back. So I'm gonna press 3, and I will bust out my shovel, and just to swing it, it's just a simple left click, and to block you just gotta hold right click. Make sure you face them. It's a very basic form of combat like chivalry, where let's see, if I do here, I thrust depending on the orientation of your mouse. Now to do this, make sure you have your controls, and then you want to revert attack direction. Okay, check. Most of the time it'll be unchecked, so you want to make sure you check that. So that way, if I push down, I'm always be thrusting. If I'm going in an upward motion, then my guy will go on a overhead attack. Leftward will go in a forward slash, and the other way should bring me a backslash. Now if I want to equip my sling, which I have in my back, and all I gotta do is press 4, and your character will equip it. Now to use ranged weapon, you need to also have your ammo in your hip or in your back, or you won't be able to shoot anything out of your ranged weapon. So right now I'm gonna press R. I have my sling equip. Hold my left click, get it spinning, and then shoot. Right now, third person shooting is a bit hard because the cursor is off center. So the best thing to do is make sure you're first person and you shoot from there. Now all right, here I have my hotbar number 2, which is all your formation. Now you can't use any of these actions right here unless you're in a group, and to get into a group, all you gotta do is find a buddy, right click on them, and invite into group. From there you can get your formation setting, and which will give you different bonuses depending on what you chose. And also you get your standard surrender, yield, or surrender or yield. So you press that once and your character will yield, but you're unable to move. And if they attack you while you're yielding, they'll even lose more alignment points. All you gotta do is press 6 again, or your yield, whatever you put your yield. You can move this around by pressing F10. You can move these icons around to different numbers to your liking. I forgot. Oh, I guess that's my whistle. And then if you see this little icon right here, that is your flee command, and with pressing that allows your character to move faster, and it will unequip automatically any inventory that you have equipped on your character, thus allowing you to run an extra bit faster and have your stamina decrease slower as you run away. This is very good if you're being chased or if you're in an unfavorable situation, like an ambush when you're strolling around in the woods. You just press your flee button that you have set up and your character will run away. Now let's say that you are working a lot and you're about to run out of hard stamina, or you want to heal, and you need to find your sit command. To find your sit command, you need to go to general actions, I think, and right here you're gonna have to have the sit command, which is recuperate your hard stamina and soft HP. Now to do that, once you have that equipped, you just gotta go find an area, a safe area, and sit down. And this will increase your soft hit points and your stamina quickly, more faster than just over time walking around. Do keep in mind that doing this will decrease your hunger bar a lot faster. So make sure you have food ready at hand, or you have full hunger bar. Aside from that, your skill progression will be will be empty from here. This is tier 1 from the leftmost column, and then all the way to tier 5. Now to increase the next slot, like from here I want to increase gathering, I would need to have at least 30 points in nature's lore before you can even unlock gathering. Now from there, you can only raise gathering up to 29.9, and if you want to raise it further, then you would need to get nature's lore to 60. And then by then, once you get this skill up to 30, it will unlock the same thing. But in order to raise the next skill up to 29 over 29.9, you need to raise the previous skill to 60. This all goes the same thing for everyone. So do keep that in mind when you are trying to raise your skill. This also goes for your combat skill. So right here, like I told you, I have my warhorse handling up to 60, which allows me to wear chainmail armor. Now to raise armor skills, all you have to do is take hits from it. The easiest way for you to raise it is find a buddy that you're playing with, have your armor fully equipped, and just make sure you're in a group, because in the group you take less damage from friendlies, and just have them hit you with a weaker weapon, or they can even punch you like that. They just punch you and your character will gain the armor skill that you have equipped. Now as you can see, with 30 you can be able to equip your scale armor, but you still need to raise your blaze mastery to 60 to move on to the next tier, which is your shield mastery. Like for me, in order for me to start using crossbows, I need to have at least 30 points in leather armor. And if you want to use the bow, then you need to have 60 points in leather armor at least, and 30 points in crossbow mastery, which allows you to get bows. Do keep in mind, running while in combat stance will drain your stamina faster. This little character right here is the dummy that will tell you if you have any injuries in your body, and if you have any negative effects, it will pop up on your upper top default. Let's just press F10. Oops. You press F10, you get the effects. So if you have a broken bone of any body part, you'll show on the top part right here. If you want to chat, there is an in-game VoIP, and to chat all you have to do is press Control. I wouldn't recommend it, but most private servers have a TS server set up, so you can use that. Though if you are encountering someone you want to talk to them, you can just press and hold Control. Now if you are lazy and you're traveling long distance, there is an auto walk, which is number lock. But it's only auto walk. To turn on auto run, after you press auto lock, press caps lock and your character will do an auto run also. But do keep that in mind that you will still slowly lose stamina from this, so you may need to turn off your auto run, auto walk, and walk for a bit to raise your soft stamina back up, which allows you to run again later after it's full. And as you can see, if you hold F4, you can see all the guild claims around me and yours. Yours will be in this light blue while everybody else will be in red. Now to make that just stay permanently in your screen until you got tired of it, just hold Control and press F4. Now it's going to be persistent. Now to get rid of it, all you have to do is press F4 again and it will go away. Very useful when you are planning your perimeter of your walls, and also if you're exploring and you want to make sure you don't explore into claim lands. That should conclude my basic interface tutorial for Life is Feudal. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And if you find my videos educational or entertaining, please hit the like and subscribe button. Alright, Jollibee out.